Law of the bedroom, number 116. Guys, remember this one, live it, memorize it, and always implement it in the bedroom. The clit is it. Stimulate her little doorbell for pure pleasure and guaranteed multiple orgasms. You know, a light, tender, sensitive touch is worth a ton of brawn. This loving part of the female anatomy was designed so heavenly for her and your total sexual pleasure. Center your efforts around this area every time you make love to her. Early on, throughout, right on up to the very end, and then some. So many women love direct clitoral stimulation in addition to sexual intercourse, on up and through there, in order for them to achieve their orgasms. Well, let's help them. You know, its design really has no other purpose but to be used for her sexual stimulation and pleasure. Just as a man has his joystick for skyrocketing excitement and blast-off action, she has her cute little clitoris. Remember this. Here is her true bodily pleasure toy. Pay attention to it. Give it your all every time you're together. It's the law. Gently play with it, tease it, lick it, kiss it, and massage it back and forth for as long as she wants. Suck on it for her pure and sexual pleasure. You know where her little doorbell is located, the clitoris. It's located right above her cute little love opening of pink, moist cherry love, sometimes right beneath the actual fold of the skin of her little loving lips down there. When you can stimulate her clitoris, blood flows and starts to flow in that region of her body. This is a good thing. Right before your eyes, her clitoris may even begin to stand right up and out, begging for you to kiss, lick, tease, and suck it even more. Yep, that's your job, guys. Oh, darn. Okay. So, soft, gentle stimulation with your tongue at first if you want. That's good. Your tongue is her and your number one sexual toy of choice when it comes to this activity. A great lover is made who uses his tongue wisely and with great purpose. With the tongue, you can taste her, lick her, slurp her, pat her, play with her, even flick with her cute little doorknob up and down and all around. Most women actually prefer the tongue anyway. Sometimes, when it comes to lovemaking, the tongue is softer and much more sensuous to their soft, gentle love organ, the clitoris. Sure, toss in a finger, waving action, next, or gentle hand gesture, back and forth with the two fingers is nice. You don't even need a vibrator in this case. It's so amazing that when you perfect this technique of making her come with your two fingers, your tongue is fine, but you can't always do that. That can get tiresome. But the fingers are always there. Fingers are always ready to go. Two fingers on the doorbell, playing with it. 5, 7, 10 minutes, 12 max, and she's coming. She's achieving her orgasm. And it's amazing what two fingers can do. And, make sure it's moist and wet. If you've got to put a little spit down there, that's fine. Maybe reach into her little moist pink cherry box for some juice. That's fine. Another note to remember, you can never use enough lubrication in this area, as I just mentioned. All you have to remember is the wetter, the better. Yes, the wetter, the better. If it ever gets too dry, that ain't good. Moist and wet is best. So keep her wet all the time down there. Never try to please her when this part of her body gets dry. It's no fun. It's not nice. No. Dry is not good. Lubricated is good. So throughout your activities down there, use ample loads of lubrication so your fingers can slip slide back and forth real slippery like over her clit and over her love areas surrounding this heavenly area. Now, how long should you massage, kiss, lick, or twitch her loving doorbell with your fingers? How long? And when do you think she'll actually start to come? I'm about to tell you. Now, don't be surprised if after a while she gets real sensitive down there, especially after she achieves an orgasm. Sure, you could pull back and let her rest in relaxation after coming wildly in your arms, after that clitoral stimulation. But there are things to do. Our job is never done. But casually and occasionally tap that little puppy gently and with just a tweak, stimulate it as when it's in its height of sensitivity. Just a few more times, that's fine. Really let her have it, wonderfully, and with love, of course. Whoa, whoa, it's so sensitive, as she giggles with joy and delight out loud. Oh, I want more, but it's too sensitive right now. Here, just hold me close. I love you, honey, she says. So, basically, you might be on your side. She's on her back. You're kissing her. It's easy to be over on top of her face and mouth with yours to kiss her while you've got your left arm, for example, underneath the pillow, wrapping around her, pulling her in close. You've got your other two fingers on her doorbell. Her legs are spread super duper wide. And you're just playing with that doorbell for about, like I said, 5, 7, 10, 12 minutes. Steady. Steady wins the race. Don't deviate. Don't make a lot of noise. Don't talk to her. Just keep this going. Let her be in control of when she's ready to jump off the bed. And then tell her before she comes, listen, I want you to scream out loud as you want. I want to hear you. I want to hear you break my eardrums. That's how loud I want you to scream. Whatever comes to mind, just scream out loud. You have my support. You have my permission. I encourage it. Make it happen. And then when you do that and you're ready to simmer down, I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to cradle you in my arms. I want you to jump into the fetal position and feel safe and warm. And then I'm going to shut up. I'm not going to say anything to you. You're just going to experience what you just went through after you popped that that orgasm. I'm going to pull the covers over you. You'll be warm. You'll be in my arms. And I got you. And we'll just be like that for a while until you're ready to come out of your that sensation of what you're going through and feeling. And then I might ask you, how was it? What happened? It's so true. And that is something, what I just shared with you, that is a rinse and repeat situation. You could do that same thing a few hours later, and then a few hours later, until maybe she came 3 or 4 times that day, that night. Maybe more. Depends on how long you guys are up, and not sleeping. So just remember that all of this is awesome therapy for her brain and her body. She can't get this anywhere. And remember, I mentioned a little bit vibrators and the pink lady, as I might call her, the pink lady, her pink vibrator. Those vibrators don't do justice, guys, to what you can do for her. We all think, she's got a vibrator. Am I to be intimidated by that? Will it replace me? Let me tell you something. When this is done right, and she achieves multiple, many, over and over and over and over again orgasms from you with your 2 fingers, with your just one hand. And she starts realizing, wait a minute, when I pleasure myself and I touch my own cooch, I have to do the work. 50% of my joy is just kicked out the window. It's gone because one of my hands is doing the work. I have to focus on that. The other hand can do what it wants, but I'm only getting 50% pleasure. When my man does it, I get 100% pleasure. I can feel free just to relax, be me, total freedom. My man's doing all the work. And guys, we're doing the work. We're focused on her pleasure. We're making sure she comes. We're kissing her. Maybe we're licking a nipple. That's cool. We're getting a little pleasure there. And she starts to realize, I get more from my man than I do my pink lady, my little vibrator. Because the vibrator doesn't hold me after I come. The vibrator doesn't kiss me. The vibrator doesn't pull the covers over me and keeps me warm. The vibrator doesn't lie next to me and keeps me warm. So guys, this is what happens when you do this and you perfect this little doorbell pleasure zone, giving her multiple orgasms time after time after time. When she doesn't see you and she's at home and she's feeling a little horny because she's going through sexual withdrawals from not seeing you, she thinks about reaching for the pink lady, only to realize, and she kind of sells herself on the fact that that is an inferior plastic little toy that can't really give her the time, the attention, the care, the warmth that her man does. And she almost decides to throw it away. You've actually done that much to her. You have influenced her that much. That's how powerful this stuff is. Anyhow, I hope you got a lot out of that. Law of the bedroom. Law of the bedroom number 116. The clit is it. Stimulate her little doorbell for her pure pleasure and for multiple orgasms every time. Good stuff.